Okay, so the other type of camera that you might encounter not only in this classroom but in the world is a mirrorless camera. And let me just start out by saying pretty much all cameras that we're going to be interested in do the exact same thing. We need something that can change the shutter speed, change the aperture, and change the ISO and shoot in RAW. You know, I think that there's a lot of discussion about what's the best camera and all of these things. And again, I think we want to use the equipment to make the best pictures that we can. And so, while there are different technologies, a camera basically records light onto something that is light sensitive. And really that's all we're looking for it to do. And so I just want to show you on the Sony Mirrorless camera, there's a couple different things that are that you're going to want to pay attention to. So first off, we've got my lens here. I've got my standard focus ring that you can see here. I also have the on-off toggle on the top deck, and I also have the shutter release. So the shutter release, I can halfway press it down for autofocus, or I can press it all the way down to release the shutter and make the picture. You're also going to see that on the bottom, I have the battery release, so I can release the battery, and then my SD card slot is in there as well. On the back, you're also going to notice that things are sort of in similar places, right? I have a menu button, I have a scroll wheel, I have an ISO, I have a function button, and I have a playback button, okay? One of the main differences on the mirrorless Sony cameras is that this dial deals with my shutter speed, and this dial will deal with my f-stop. So I don't have that AV plus minus button. I actually like this a little bit more. It's a little more ergonomic and a little more easy to use and a little more set up for manual photography. Just like with the other DSLRs, I have a manual shooting mode, a shutter priority mode, a aperture priority mode, a program, and then the green auto mode, aka dad mode. I also have video function here, located by the film strip. And I'm going to go ahead and just go to my manual focus, and I'm going to or my manual exposure, and I just want to show you how to read the meter on this camera. So you're going to see that this meter is a little bit different. Here's my ISO rating. Here is my over or underexposed. Here's my f-stop, and here's my shutter speed. Now, unlike the Canon or Nikons that have that sort of like rail, or I call it the fence, you're going to see that this is going to say like you're 2 stops overexposed, you're 2 stops underexposed. So what you're going to see is as I close down the aperture, let less light in, I'm going to get closer to a correct meter reading. And you'll see then at, let's make that an actual f-stop, that at f11 at 100th of a second, I'm going to sort of be more or less in that same range. So look, there's the plus minus 0, and that shows me that I am ready to make the picture properly exposed. Okay. The cool thing about the mirrorless is it's going to show you in real time whether you are overexposed or underexposed or just right. So again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to focus, and I can make my picture.